Hello, hello, welcome back. First off, I'm doing this, I guess, final episode a little different. If this is your first video ever watching, thank you. If you've watched my other ones, I'm sorry you have to hear this again, but I just want to explain why. Last week I went to go grab a strawberry and realized I have 7 brands of strawberry packets. That's a bit excessive. And again, when you mix them with other recipes, you really don't always know what your favorite flavor is or brand is. So I thought it would be fun to break all of mine up and kind of do a little taste test. So this way I know which one. So this way if I'm in a store, there's 7 different strawberries, I know which one is my favorite. So I did green apple yesterday. Today I did watermelon. The green apple, I could tell you Skittles is my favorite. For the watermelon, I can tell you that Crush is my favorite. I tried Weiler's watermelon, the Jolly Rancher watermelon, and Crush watermelon. So since I had 3, I went ahead and filming 3 watermelon videos. So I'm not actually, to start off, I'm not actually putting ice in them just because I'm making 3 drinks. I'll just drink on those throughout the day and I don't want it to get watered down. Normally my 40-ounce tumbler is about half full of ice, and that's because I'll drink some of it now, but go do other things and add more ice before I leave. Again, I live in Texas, it's hot, it was 99 yesterday. I don't want it to get too watered down before I even leave the house. Alright, so let's get started. Again, I did have to work, I do already have the watermelon, but on this recipe, first of all, I have started saying use what you have, measure with your heart, pour with your heart, because again, this recipe specifically called for crushed watermelon, so that's why I chose to use it with this one. It also said crushed pineapple and 4 pumps of coconut. So let's go ahead and get started. When I say, use what you have, that means if you don't have a coconut packet, but you have coconut syrup, use that. So when I first started making videos, I would go out and buy, like, if you told me crushed watermelon, I was going to look for crushed watermelon. Now I'm doing the series on to see which one's my favorite. But since it wanted crushed watermelon, I had crushed watermelon. And pour this one in here. I'm going to do this one slightly different backwards. I'm actually going to put the pumps of coconut in here. I just realized I don't have my tumbler. Well, my tumbler's 40 ounces, and I don't want it to be full with liquid and then try to stir coconut. So technically it says 4 pumps of coconut. A pump is a tablespoon. And again, use what you have. I do have the Jordan Skinny Mixes coconut. Y'all know I usually am not a fan of using 3 of anything, but also don't think I've ever used 4 pumps. A lot of the things that people post, I'm like, oh, that looks good, and then I'll watch and they end up doing like 8 pumps of something. I'm like, I personally am not a fan of that. Okay, so did that backwards. Have my coconut, have my watermelon. Honey, it did sweeten the watermelon. Okay, so now we're going to do the crushed pineapple. And again, use what you have. All right. Like always, each packet, you're supposed to use 1 bottle of water, which is 16.9 ounces. I don't do that. My little glass jars are 14 ounces, and that's because I put so much ice in mine. So I do 14 ounces instead of 16.9 ounces. Also, my little glass jars, I always do, well, I did more this time. I always put a few ounces in there, mainly because I like to break up the little powder, dissolve the powder. Funny, this pineapple. Yeah, it says pineapple. So funny, for some reason I'm getting a hint of almost banana. All right, very pretty yellow color. On my end, definitely looks like a pineapple juice. on my screen, it almost looks more like a lemonade kind of. Look at this little swirl. Okay, definitely tastes the pineapple. No, I smell more pineapple now. For some reason, when I was mixing it, it had a hint of banana. All right, so now we're gonna mix these. Again, I already have my 14 ounces of watermelon in here and 4 pumps of coconut. Let's see if I can do it, guys. I mean, that is almost to the rim. Like, I'm afraid to give it a swirl, but this is very good, very refreshing. In the evenings or whatever, when everyone's home and it's loud, crowded in my house, I don't like to film, but so I try to only make drinks that I've made before, and this is one that I would do. This is really good. All right, so let me know your thoughts if you've made this one before, if you have any recipes you want me to try. If you have a favorite pineapple watermelon, I'd love to hear those too. Like always, thank you so much for watching. Please like, follow, subscribe. Bye.